Good evening, everyone. Happy holidays, and welcome to part 4 of today's series of Weathering the Storm. So, for today's topic, it'll be accountability. As you can see, I'm in my neighborhood. I'm currently going for a walk. I wanted to change of scenery, okay? You're used to having videos of me sitting in the office, right? It's kind of cramped, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, today, I decided to go out for a walk, and also a chance for me to wear my sunglasses because after my recent you could say seizure incident or whatever, it's just not really giving. So sunglasses it is for today's video. So as said before, today's topic will be accountability, taking accountability. Now, accountability is one of the hardest things to take into account, okay? None of us wants to accept responsibility. We also want to put responsibility on the other party. Oh, it's the other person, it's someone else, it's this, it's that, it's whatever, right? It's the forces, it's the spirits, whatever, right? However, sometimes it's just us. Sometimes we play a part in whatever, situation that we have going on. So I like to share 2 different Bible verses with you guys and just kind of share some wisdom and advice and reflections on what it means to me and how it can help you learn to take some accountability and some responsibility for perhaps maybe actions that you do not want to accept. So for starters, we have Galatians 6:5. For each will have to bear his own load. So my understanding from this is that we all have our crosses to bear in life, okay? We all have our, shortcomings. We all have our challenges. We all have our, whatever, maybe unfortunate situations that we might have had to endure in life that has shaped us and affected us in certain ways that maybe others might not understand or others might not have had to experience, right? And that's just what it is. That's part of the beauty of life. We all have our unique challenges, our unique circumstances that we just have to endure and have to overcome and just have to, go through about in life. And that is what it is. That's also part of taking responsibility, right? And taking accountability. This unique circumstance. Because of this factor and that factor and that factor, you reacted a certain way, or you might have said something, or you might have done something a certain way, and maybe this didn't result in the outcome that you wanted, blah, 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 right? You can go down a list. However, you must accept it, and you must understand it and move on, right? So that is the first verse. The second verse I'd like to talk about is from Proverbs 28:13. Whoever conceals their sins does not prosper, but the one who confesses and removes and renounces them finds mercy, okay? Yes, again, goes back to my point. Whatever shortcomings, whatever maybe mistakes you might have made, whatever it may be, right? Just accept it. Might not be ready to accept it to the world or to everyone, but at least accept it within yourself. Like, hey, I messed up in this situation. I made a mistake here, right? And it's resulted in this outcome or this happening that I did not want to or I did not intend to happen. However, because I chose to accept and accept my shortcomings or accept whatever responsibility for a situation, I can now move on and I can find that mercy and that peace in my heart. Because now I understand that, hey, I played a part in this. I played a hand in this outcome, in this situation. And now, it's okay. Things happen sometimes. Mistakes happen. And now I can move on with my life and just be successful, right? And I feel like that's a very, very important part in a healing process. And this is why I decided to make this my part 4 in my Weathering the Storm series. And by the way, if you haven't checked out the other 3, you have to check them out because it is a 5-part series, okay? The next part is going to be acceptance, okay? Which will be dropping on Sunday. So there you have it, okay? This is my 5-part series on weathering the storm and fighting the storm. Through our life, we're going to have storms. We're going to have, certain seasons where it's just like one thing after the other, where you're going through whatever it may be, right? And you have to weather the storm. And there are many different aspects of weathering the storm. And I feel like acceptance is really one that's overlooked because oftentimes, especially in today's culture, you're told, oh, no, fuck them. Oh, it's you, all you. No, sometimes it's your fault. Sometimes maybe it's partially your fault. Sometimes, whatever it may be, right? And it's important. It's super, super important and healthy for you to recognize that. And, that's part of your healing process and you can move on with your life. So, back to the verse. Yes, whoever confesses them finds mercy, okay? Acknowledging your faults, acknowledging the fact that you're an imperfect being, that you make mistakes, that, like maybe in certain situations or certain circumstances or instances, you can make mistakes. You can be the one who is the bad guy, right? And you probably are, maybe. Maybe you were the asshole in the situation. Sometimes it happens, right? Just like accepting and acknowledging that. Also, on top of that, I'll also add on top of that verse as well. Acknowledging whatever outcome happens in whatever situation. That's also part of acceptance. Maybe perhaps you might not have had, a hand in that situation. Maybe perhaps it is a totally unfair situation, a totally unfair circumstance, such as a certain recent circumstance that I personally have been going through, right? It is just what it is, okay? Sometimes in life, you might, quite frankly, just get fucked, okay? I just put it bluntly. And it's just what it is. There's nothing you can do about it, right? You can go up and down. You can say, oh, what about, oh, why me? Hey, we all have our crosses to bear. We all gonna have our challenges. Sometimes, hey, you're gonna go through trials and tribulations, right? And you just have to accept it. You just have to accept it for what it is. Hey, what is the best course of action that I can do to address this? And then move on with your life, okay? I personally am choosing to move on, okay? I recently just, I'm emerging from a very trying season and trying time. And, instead of sitting here and being like, oh, I'm going to do this, blah, blah, I just choose to move on. I take my L, I cut my losses, and I move on with my life, okay? And sometimes that's all they can do. That's the best course of action that you can have. There you have it, everyone. Part 4 of my Weathering the Storm series. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, right? Part 5 will be coming out, like I said, on Sunday, okay? Happy holidays. Check out my other parts of my series and be on the lookout for my last and final part. And as always, I hope you guys enjoy this new, setting, this new view, right? Like I said before, I'm visiting family back home, and I wanted to go out and take a walk, just get out of the house for a little bit. Happy holidays. Hope you guys enjoy this. And as always, everyone, have a blessed day.